There's plenty of drinking in the desert on the latest edition of the Drinkable Week. Hi, I'm Jeff Cioletti, author of The Year of Drinking Adventurously, and I'm in Vegas for the Nightclub and Bar Show on this edition of the Drinkable Week. Now, the Nightclub and Bar Show is a lot of things, but one thing, it's not as boring. It doesn't lack for stimuli, that's for sure. Now, I never encounter anything particularly groundbreaking from a beverage standpoint, but there are a lot of interesting little oddities and novelties. For one thing, there's a gold-finished vodka that I thought was interesting, to say the least. Then there was a product that touted itself as a vodka crafted especially for shots. Then there was a spirit infused with cannabis, which is sure to be a hit now that many states are starting to legalize it. Now, the things that intrigue me the most aren't necessarily beverages, but how should we call them? Beverage accessories. I mean, for instance, there was a hollowed out meat stick that's being marketed as the perfect straw for a Bloody Mary, one that you can eat, obviously. And then there's a growing number of these oak sticks that you steep in a spirit, whether it's vodka or an unaged whiskey, and you give it sort of a little bit of oak aging without actually having to put it in a barrel and spending all sorts of time in a barrel. More and more companies are starting to offer these. I just got one for my birthday from my wife, actually, and as we speak, I've got a bottle of unaged corn whiskey sitting at home with a couple of sticks steeping in it. Looking forward to trying that. And once again, the Brewers Association hosted a craft brewers pavilion with a number of craft breweries. I've always found it a bit incongruous for this event, especially since it's more of a kind of heavy bass pounding nightclub kind of vibe. I don't really think craft beer when I think the Nightclub and Bar Show, and you can kind of tell that it sort of sticks out like a sore thumb here. But it's good that it's here because it's a very important part of the bar world. There was also a row of breweries that I would call ex-craft breweries, at least by the Brewers Association's definition. They were either bought out by a major brewer or the major brewer invested heavily in them. And I must admit, I do love a good Bloody Mary, and it was great to see so many Bloody Mary mixers. People are really starting to take their cocktail mixers seriously, and I'm glad that's happening in savory cocktails as well, especially the Bloody Mary. The show kicked off with a ribbon cutting by Chaz Palminteri. You might remember him from A Bronx Tale, The Usual Suspects, Analyze This, Bullets Over Broadway. He's now involved with a vodka brand. It's a Sicilian vodka brand called BV. All or most of the ingredients have some connection to Sicily, or at least parts of Italy, from the water to the wheat that's used to distill the vodka. There are also some other celebrity guests there. John O'Hurley, you might remember him as Jay Peterman from Seinfeld. He was actually promoting the thyme and oak sticks, those wood sticks that you drop in a spirit to age them. Remember to keep the conversation going on Twitter at Jeff Cioletti and Drinkable Globe, and on Instagram at Drinking Adventurously. And remember to buy my book, The Year of Drinking Adventurously, available from Turner Publishing and Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and wherever fine books are sold across the country. And wherever the road takes you, remember to grab the world by the glass.